Good morning. This is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness, and thank you for watching. Today we're talking about the new moon in Virgo. Actually, it's in 3 degrees Virgo. This August of 2014, we have the new moon in Virgo, and it's very, very full moon. You know, uh, when I say a full moon, not that it's a full moon in an astronomical sense, but I mean it's impregnated. It's filled with creativity that's just bursting to come out. And so let's go back a little. What is it when we have a new moon in Virgo? We know right away any new moon means the moon is conjunct the sun. They're right next to each other. Okay, they're in the same sign, and they're giving more emphasis that that sign needs to be looked upon and need to be brought out within us. Okay, every month we get a new opportunity to bring out certain characteristics, and that is very important because it helps us balance ourselves, because some of us might be all one-sided or one sign or one element. Okay, and here with every new moon and every full moon we get that chance to say, okay, let's see how we need to fulfill and complete ourselves, not have someone else complete us, but we complete ourselves. And that is in balancing our chakras too. So when we have this new moon, okay, every essence of femininity, every feminine essence is being brought out. It's wonderful. Okay, now it's very important because a lot of people have, when I say a lot of people, the general society, especially Western society, has a malconception of what is the Virgo. Okay, everybody thinks a virgin. They have so changed and transformed and convoluted, okay, the idea of what a virgin is. The origin of a virgin was not someone who did not participate in intimacy or in sexual activities. No, no, no. That is more of a Neanderthal mentality, thinking, well, if a woman is not with a man, then she's not going to participate in that. And that must mean that she has never encountered those qualities. It's not true. A virgin, in its original Latin sense, means a woman who is self-sustaining. Okay, she is automatically sufficient within herself, not requiring someone else to complete her, not requiring someone else to balance her, not requiring someone else to make her happy. All those pathetic ideas of what people consider love is not love. It's being insufficient within ourselves. Okay, and people are trying to be vampires, energetic and vampires, to find that because they don't want to discipline themselves. And I say all this because Virgo can discipline. They are detailed and they want perfection. Okay, and they're going to analyze everything, and that is awesome. But the problem with that is then they're not in the moment, they're not experiencing, they're not feeling, they're not enjoying. When we're constantly analyzing and we're constantly using our brain, we have then cut off our other senses. And it's very important because to remember that the Virgo, okay, is in charge of our lower chakras. It's a combination of our base chakra, our sacral chakra, and our solar plexus, and then hence it brings out the creativity in the throat chakra. Okay, because the Virgo is a lot of creativity. Look at some of those awesome Virgos that we know. Madonna's a Virgo rising. Wow, Michael Jackson, Virgo. Okay, very talented, very detailed, and they bring it out. Okay, we have other famous Shania Twain, all right, and you could just see the lushness and how they really bring out, and they have this stance of, yes, they are almost either, if they are not physically androgynous, okay, they provide for themselves. It's not necessarily a need to be in a relationship. Okay, they might enjoy different company, like, oh, let me go out to eat with someone. Let me go, let's see, I would like to see this movie. But they realize they're not going to require just one person. They're not going to condemn one soul to be by their side on a daily basis and put up with every little need or want or desire when it's their own. They can search out, say, hey, I like so-and-so for this. I like so-and-so. In fact, it could be for different. Oh, so-and-so loves sushi. Let's go invite them. Let's go hang out with so-and-so for a hike. Let's go enjoy this. And they are giving. The Virgo is giving. It's filled. It's like impregnated. The Virgo, to be impregnated, to be fertile. All the different gods and goddesses of the Virgo is they were giving and nurturing and healing. But to do that, they had to have encountered sexual activity. Look at how ridiculous. And saying, oh yes, even in Western society of Christianity, they understand the importance. But then they say the Virgin Mary, meaning, okay, what it meant really, the Virgin Mary, was not that she had never encountered or it participated in any sexual intimacy. It was at the time she was not officially married. And that's very important, because in the small towns, all right, where there weren't priests or rabbis, well, at the time rabbis, to go and perform the marriage ceremonies, all right? So it was understood by a kind of like a city consensual thing from the, higher up, city council, that they recognize two people together, but it's not officially married, all right? And she wasn't. She was not married to Joseph, because if she had been officially married, she would not have been a virgin, okay? Even in the Western sense, because what man marries a woman and then not participate and encourage her to give herself and open herself, okay, and be vulnerable to his loving? Hello. All right? So, now, going back, what it is the Virgos, very intense, need to always balance with the Merkaba breathing, and very remember to know that they are always completing themselves through the divine unity, okay, with the universe, with the creator, okay? And the creator is within the universe of the signs. If we think about it, it's all one, okay? One could say, whoa, the creator, divine creator made this earth, okay? Well, yeah, also made the universe and the planets and the asteroids. And imagine how awesome. And these codes and patterns that we see and we look at, astronomically in physics, it's just amazing, okay? That this energy corresponds, and it's so mythological because you can count on it, just like human nature. And that is why we go back to the Virgo of these ideas of mythology, because every mythology has a knowledge, a truth, and scientific base on there, okay? So remember, when dealing also being with the Virgo, anytime we deny ourselves, you even see the gurus, and they'll do this rocking when they're sitting down, okay? They are stimulating pressure points with their heel, okay, when they're sitting that certain style, to stimulate, to activate, and make sure that that sacral chakra stays balance, open and balance. So even though some people might not participate physically, directly, sexually, interchanging that energy with someone else, they are doing it with themselves, with the universe. In another sense, kind of like masturbating, but without any penetration or adjustments of their own genitalia. Also can be done through breathing, okay? The Merkaba breathing, the Buddhist famous Merkaba breathing, okay? And that is also another method how it is done. But if you're not going to participate and do the Merkaba breathing, if you're not going to do, stimulate yourself, and if you're not going to have intimacy, with someone else, then you are leaving yourself closed up. And when we are the shadow side of the Virgo, when we are closed up, we're very analytical, we're very criticizing of others, okay? We act holier than thou. We become too into our head, and that tops over, because that means we're not balanced and we're not going to be centered. And people, you can see when they're walking, okay? The way a person stands tells you what chakras are open, what chakras are closed and unbalanced. Okay, when we are too up here, we're gonna topple over. We're gonna fall over our own feet because we are not balanced and being grounded. And so it's very important. Okay. So a lot of people ask me, and I've had questions and comments, what is it that I look down and what is it I look to the side and stuff. Those are my notes. And so most of you know that I do post my written blog, on my website, either first or simultaneously with the videos. And so this way I just go through it and make sure that I'm touching base with everything. Okay. So let's continue here. Little side note. Okay. This, with the femininity impregnation of feminine essence, all right, we have to reinvent our approach to what is femininity. There are so many, but it can be all in one. It's kind of like that Berlin song, I'm a man. She's like, I'm a girl. I'm a man. I'm your whore, I'm a man. I'm a human being, I'm a man. I'm your woman, And so it's very diverse and wonderful and encouraged that, just the other day I had walked in on, my family, and they were watching the movie Coyote Ugly. And, in there's a bar scene and they're not scantily clothed. They're tank tops, skirts, long skirts, or jeans. And those bartenders are flipping and they're having fun, and they're throwing the water on them and all that. And one thing is good to remember is that enjoying a woman, the feminine essence that so attracts men, is the happiness, having fun, being in the moment and enjoying. The number one thing that deters and is terrible, that everybody, even other women, don't like, is when women start yelling, bickering, complaining. They start doing this, even I remember when I was when my son was younger, and I would he would look at me like I was some witch and that I was going to, explode on him, even though I never had. And it finally dawned on me when I would watch other women and other teachers, when I used to teach at the high school, how ugly we look, because that inner energy, negative energy, is coming out, and we're blaming other people. Okay, and that's the shadow side of the Virgo. We're blaming and saying, well, I'm only reacting to your actions. I know I used to tell that to my son's father all the time when we were married. And it's not his fault, really. If I had been more balanced, if I had been more in control of myself, if I had a better idea and change of belief systems, his actions and other people's actions wouldn't have had affect me, in a sense where I had felt compelled to react that way, making myself a victim and leaving it all out of my hands and blaming others, when really a true balanced Virgo, knowing all that and being disciplined and analyzing, is going to take and control and discipline of themselves before everything else. Before criticizing and analyzing the outside world, they're going to go inside and not just criticize and analyze, but do the work. And that's the positive, the sunny, bright side of being a Virgo, okay? And by doing that, they give and they become very fertile, like the harvest, okay? We have the fall harvest coming up, and it's great, and in different countries, it's different things. So we have to consider that. And that is part of being a Virgo, and it's the giving. But they cannot give if they are not complete within themselves. So what happens is sometimes the Virgo wants to give, and they love nurturing and giving. In fact, they don't, and rather kind of prefer not to be nurtured, because they know it's not the style that they would like. And so it's like, no, 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 don't go there. I might have to criticize, or they don't know how to let go and just enjoy. Instead, they're like, oh, well, you need to do this. Kind of like almost being the teacher all the time. But we have to just let go of that. Now remember, it's not just those of you who have Sun in Virgo, but it's if your ascendant is Virgo, your Moon, or your Venus, or your Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. I know I'm finally saying Uranus instead of Uranus. That's because we're being in the Virgo sense. Neptune, Pluto, any asteroids, all right? Vesta, Vertex, okay? Or your north or south nodes. If any of them are in Virgo, you're going to sense this in your life, okay? Or you interact with other people, okay? I have a friend who sun is in the 6th house, so he's not, and it's not even Virgo, it's in Aries, but because it's in the 6th house, which is officially the Virgo area, he is very detailed. Oh goodness, those whites have to be white, and don't you dare put the spoon in the salsa, and that kind of germophobic idea, so even if it's just you have planets in the 6th house, you're going to notice that detailed aspect of them. So okay, let's continue. So we're talking about that the new moon is asking us to accept and be accepted for who we are sexually as creative individuals with nurturing gifts. And these nurturing gifts are to heal our fellow humans, are the fellow souls all around us. Because remember, we all together are this earth. We all together are God. Because remember, we are made in God's image. But remember, God's image is so vast and grand that we each are just one tiny little atom, one tiny little puzzle, and put together all the puzzles is what makes us part of God's image. It's not just me by myself. I am God's image versus you. No, 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 no. It's us, the collective consciousness brought together. Okay. And that is what's really wonderful. Okay. Now we need to understand too that during this time is we have a lot of influence of the black moon Lilith, all right, which is another feminine sign, okay, and it's almost like she's the shadow side, really, of the Virgo, okay, and we're going to take a look at that when we deal with the planetary aspects, okay? And so make sure, though, that because the negative part of this is when, with Virgo, is that with all the criticizing, hence what seems to develop is a lack of self-worth and self-servance. And then we feel like, oh no, I need to do this, this, this before I can be part of someone with other people. And that is not true, because we are all imperfect. And in fact, part of the Virgo imperfection is analyzing, being critical, staying too much in the moment of needing to be perfect when there is no such thing as perfect. Okay, so something to remember. Okay, so let's continue now. Let's go to the Sabian symbol. Yes, I'm writing down my times. Okay, and the Sabian symbol is 2 angels bringing protection. All right, that is awesome. 2 angels bringing protection. What are your angels? We need to focus on and see and be very aware. What are the different things? What are the different people? What are the different energies that we are constantly surrounded by that are giving us protection? Maybe some of you are just, you pray to our divine creator, our mother Gaia, or your name of your God, okay, which is essentially is God, okay, it's all the same, just a different name, all right? We have hair, we have cabello, we have cheveux, okay, haare, depending the language, that's all it is. It's the same thing, people. Get over yourselves. Anyway, so these 2 angels are bringing protection, at least 2. 1, that's nice to know, because we are constantly surrounded by divine energy, divine essence, okay? And we're not alone. And that is great to know, because sometimes we think, oh, I'm all alone, I'm lonely. Well, think, that means you are not connecting. You need to connect with the energies all around. This is also telling us to remind us that even though we're here on Mother Gaia, on this wonderful earth, on this terra nuestra, okay, that we have different dimensions and different planes of energies. We have plasmas being here. We got fairies. We have the dwarves, all right? We have so much going on, besides just, the angels. We have other entities. We have spirits that haven't crossed over. We have spirits that do have crossed over and are here returning to guide us. Okay, so there is so many things going on. I mean, even that other etherical chords that we ourselves give out, and we feel that connection with others, even though we are not next to them. We have to be, this is telling us to be constantly aware of all that. Okay, and that we are not the sole owners of this planet. That Mother Gaia, the trees, the plants, they have been here much longer than most of us. And look at, thank goodness, because we keep destroying it because so many people are so focused on, oh, let's get ahead for some coins and paper, all right? Instead of building and experiencing, they're going for power and domination and hoping that they're going to be loved. That is so Neanderthal. That is so antiquated. And it's, oh my goodness, this fifth dimension, some of the people are having so much trouble to go into this, to hang in there and accommodate themselves and feel and be one with the fifth dimension, because they're so stuck in the third dimension. But don't worry, after a good 500 years, the human soul will be in it, and it'll be all going. So all those people who are creating this vast empire and these families of empires and stuff and of control, now it's going to be cut down. Don't worry, so focus on the moment, focus on giving, focus on universal love, and that's what's important. And at the same time, in all that, and not losing yourself, okay, and going, oh, know your limits and boundaries and rely on yourself. So many people want to just lose and not be responsible. But remember, and not being responsible and just giving in to someone else, that's a heavy chore. Okay, I mean, look at how many parents, and they have the children. It's only temporary, because it is such an emotionally, psychologically, and spiritual heavy chore that, after 18 years, it's like, all right, you're on your own, good. Whew. Because so if you're constantly putting that pressure on someone else to balance you, that's not good. So also another thing here is to know that we are always within the universe. We are participating within this universe, and not just, the universe going by and we're just this whole thing going, oh, look at how neat that is, and that we are the center of it. We are just one tiny aspect. I can't wait till we get to connect with other souls and other energetic beings on other planets, and I could just go and Skype and say, hey, click my heels like Dorothy and say, I want to go to, this planet, or I want to go to Andromeda, I want to go to, here or there, and travel and be there, like just instantaneously, almost kind of like an avatar, and in their sense of energy. Okay, so now let's go on. So let's talk about the chakra health and healings, all right? All right, sorry. Ooh, yeah, that was your time to go get some water, go get some tea, go take the bathroom real quick. Oh, I forgot, you guys have a pause button. I'm the one who doesn't know how to pause the video and then to continue. Okay, so I know my Aquarius moon is not pushing me further enough in that, I guess because it's in the 8th house. That tells you something about me. Some of you have been wondering about me, so and I don't mind, when people say, oh, is your son this and that, people right away, I think it's cute when people who don't know that much astrology will look at me and I tell them, yes, I'm an astrologer, and they say, oh, so what's your sign? And I look at him and I go, would you really know what to do with that information if I gave it to you? And they're like, I go, do you realize that there's over 1,080 something different types of one sign? And they're like, yeah. And all of a sudden they're like, no, I wouldn't know what to do with that information. I go, yeah, that's all right. You know? So, you know, because they go by stereotypes. All right. So anyway, okay, are we back? Good. All right. Chakra, health and healing. Okay, with angels, nutrition, yoga, crystals, flowers, plants, foods, and oils. Okay, remember, I am an alkalized nutritionist. All right, I'm an ordained minister. I am not a doctor. Okay, in the Western medical sense. Okay, you know, I am, you know, a healer, and you know, was skilled with different practices, but I am not where you might say, you know, with that PhD of doctor. Okay, so please, and I say that because always connect with someone else. Any advice you get from me, someone else, of the shamanic, the you know, healers, and outside, please, please, please contact your doctor. All right, because you need to get both sides of ideas. Though as a nutritionist, I am very knowledgeable in, and as a certified massage therapist, I am very knowledgeable in the workings of the human body. Okay, I'm just not going to go and cut you up or give you medications. We are totally, I don't do medications, not at all. We do, you know, healthy eating is how we stay good, and healthy lifestyle. Okay, remember all that too is any kind of long-term chronic or reoccurring pain or physical problems means flat out change your lifestyle, your beliefs, your perspectives. Take ownerships of your emotions and how you eat and exercise. Okay, there's absolutely no reason to have reoccurring, you know, and that it takes time. Remember, our body's a barrel. It has taken time to pollute that body. All right. And so even though, you know, I get clients who will tell me, but I've been eating no meat for the past 2 years. I go, honey, you're 50 years old. You've been eating meat for 48 years. You think 2 years is going to do it? You got to do major cleansing, major juicing. And that's going to require at least, you know, 2 years of totally cleansing and stripping out all that gut stuff, you know. All right. Because we can't go in and clean those pipes ourselves. Everything is in there, okay? And our energetic and our meridians and our intestines and all that. So, you know, people want a quick fix. Medicine is a quick fix, temporary stuff. If you're constantly taking medicine, know that you are not really living an optimal lifestyle. You are hurting your body in other ways. Because if you eat right and if you're living a positive lifestyle, you're not going to hurt your body, and there's not going to be any repercussions. There's not going to be any consequences, you know. Whereas if the medicine medications, there all are, okay? Take some herbs, you know, peppermint, basil. I know what you guys were thinking. Sage, thyme. All right, so Virgo participates in all three lower parts of our chakra, the root, sacral, and solar plexus, plus the releasing of creativity through our throat chakras. If any one of those four are blocked, know the connection to the divine creator is also going to be blocked, okay? So that also means that we need to, you know, when those are blocked, we cannot receive. Some people go, oh, I want to just give, give, give. But remember, we have to be open to receiving. If it's not by others, by receiving that energetic flow, universal energetic flow within us, because it is all one and the same. It has to, energy has to flow, has to constantly flow. And if we don't allow and be part of that, then we are not giving either. And then what's the quality of energy that we're giving, okay? We have to consider that also. So we need to know that we have to receive in order to give. Okay, so a lot of the systems, just so you know, the Virgo affects our digestive system and parts of our reproductive system. This includes the stomach. Okay, here's your stomach. Yes, look at right here. Stomach and spleen, liver and gallbladder. This is not your stomach. This is your abdominal region. These are your large intestines, and these are your small intestines. Okay, so you know, I should draw a little thing there and all that, then show you guys all that. okay, and put arrows, right? Anyway, so you're going to have all that, okay? Remember that when our intestines, okay, are full of crap, literally, let me say full of shit, okay, because our intestines are taking through there is when they're getting the nutrients, all right, and the stomach breaks down and takes out the nutrients and takes out all the vitamins and minerals, all right. So in our intestines, it's breaking it down, and the food becomes caca, shit, poo, poo poo, all right. So what happens though, now look here, okay, we got the intestines, we got our back, okay, all here's intestine, stomach is up here, all this intestines, all this, look at all the way low, see this shirt, how low it goes, all goes here. So when we are full of crap, okay, and we are not digesting and eating correctly and combining the foods correctly, it's going to put pressure on our back. And then that's when you get bulging discs out here, okay, all the way here. This is, your lumbar, and here's your thoracic, okay, spine and disc here. And so then they push out this way. Now imagine the nerves that are traveling back here. And it travels, follow my finger, travels, see, over here, all the way, yes, I'm that flexible, and travel all the way up here. And then guess what happens? We get migraines. So when we are full of crap, we are also damaging our back, okay, our spine, our discs, all the way, and the nerves, and we are not allowing sufficient oxygen to reach our brain. So that's why we get migraines and headaches. Well, I don't. You guys do. Woo! Did I just show my Venus Virgo there? Okay, so it's funny, those of you, if you can tell certain things, okay? So remember, you are actually hurting yourself. You need to eat an alkalized meal in a primal sense, primal alkalized meals, all right? Now, all that, works together. Some people say, they'll come to me and they say, oh, I got a migraine. And I'm looking and I'm reading them because, and I could see, and I was like, you haven't taken a crap in 2 days. They're like, what does that have to do with my head? My head's up here. I'm like, okay, obviously you did not take, 8th grade science seriously, or biology in high school seriously, because we learned all this, and we learned it for 2 years. Some of us don't remember. That's how focused we were in school. We give it away, okay? So if we realize that, it's all connected together, okay? Now let's continue. Remember that also other important organs that are affected by Virgo is the spleen, the pancreas, yes, okay, our metabolism, our thyroid and parathyroid, okay, the neck, the throat, teeth, our vocal cords, okay, our kidneys, all right, our adrenal cortex, bones, legs, feet, lower genitals, gentlemen, all right, appendix, that's down there below, our wrists, our hands, and our fingers. You ever notice a lot with the Virgos, they have a certain creativity and the way they move, okay? They use their hands that much to express themselves. Yes, I'm showing my Venus in Virgo, okay? And more so that it's in the 3rd house. So more of expression. Okay, so let's continue here. Be aware. Now, during this time, what can happen is we need to be aware of viscera, diarrhea from food poisoning, constipation from malnutrition, which means unhealthy eating. Malnutrition doesn't mean we aren't eating. It means we're not eating correctly, which can also mean we're not eating, all right? Eye problems, remember, our hands, our feet, and our eyes, okay, and our face, all are connected to our different organs, like freeway systems. So that's how come they can read in your eyes what's wrong with you. on your tongue, what's going on your face, where you break out says a lot of what's going on in your different organs, okay? If you have certain lines and certain things in your eyes, that says so. The certain moles we have says what is concentrating there in the focus, okay? So we give away so much, and we can read ourselves, all right? And really understand. Now, why is this so important if we're going to die anyway? Everybody says, oh, I mean, they were so cute, Fluffy. I love Fluffy. Gabriel Iglesias, yay. He always says, people say, well, don't you worry about your weight. He would say, nope, not if I can't eat tacos, or cake. Interesting enough, he went on a diet and lost weight because he saw the need to, not because that it wasn't fun, but he realized he couldn't participate as well in life with others that others can, okay? And so it's not that you're trying to avoid dying. It's not gonna happen. We're gonna die. Paying taxes and dying are two inevitable things right now, okay? So it's the style and the quality of life, okay? Are you having natural energy, by what you eat and your style of life, or is it that you have to pump yourself with sugar, pump yourself with caffeine and monsters and take this medicine and this and that, and you can only have fun if you drink, and then you wonder why you have all these things, okay? All that is trash, and you're putting that trash in your body, making it sluggish. Okay, so other things to remember is know that maltreated side of a Virgo can affect the pancreas. Okay, the pancreas control, carbohydrate metabolism, glucose regulating, blood insulin. Hello, we're getting to what? Diabetes, yes. Okay, a lack of joy, hypochondria. I think I have this, I think I have that. Hypochondria going, oh, well, they so badly want to cleanse themselves of everything, but then, you got to stop. Before you can cleanse, you need to, and use medication and say, I need this, I need that. You need to start by your lifestyle, your eating. Get in touch with me, okay? We'll talk about it and get more in tuned with your body. All right, feeling disempowered when we are putting crap in our body. This happens, okay? We feel disempowered because we don't feel that we can move. All right, now something that can help is very important is taking magnesium, calcium, and potassium phosphate. They increase this easy, healthily flow within our digestive system. Surround yourself with healing crystal energies, okay? Like bloodstones, agate, topaz, yellow citron, lapis lazuli, sodalite, turquoise, hematite, ruby, garnets, carnelian, onyx, amber, and tiger's eye. These are all for the Virgo signs, okay? And the Virgo signs, and for the lower chakras, which include your root, okay, your sacral, your solar plexus, and your throat. That's all what I'm combining all together, okay? Because some of you might be going, wait, that's not part of the throat chakra. I'm putting it all together there, all right, for this report. Okay, another thing to do is surround yourself with incense, flowers, and oils of hyacinths, lavender, myrrh, cedarwood, patchouli. Okay, these are all for the Virgo and those 4 chakras that I mentioned. Bergamot, ylang-ylang, neroli, oh, I love neroli. Frankincense, rose, rosemary, melissa, rose, chamomile, lemon, grapefruit, juniper, garlic, cinnamon, sandalwood, sage, okay, always cleansing, gardenia, my favorite flower, and blue chamomile and orange blossom. Okay, foods that encourage positive Virgo traits, that are lean meats, chicken, gluten-free grains, okay, fruits, all kinds of fruits, especially the orange and yellow fruits, orange, red, yellow fruits. Why? Because the base chakra, then we have the sacral, and then we have the solar plexus, I know, and they're represented by red, orange, yellow, okay? And so those fruits really help, and vegetables, foods, get in there and help our system. And then our throat here, okay, is the blues, okay? So now let's continue here. I said lean meats, chicken, gluten-free grains, fruits, eggs, olive oils, pineapple, okay, lemon, grapefruit, brown rice, honey, lemon, and green vegetables. Remember, if the grains are not gluten-free, you're doing more bad, more harm to you than actually taking the grains. So it's best to leave the grains alone and don't do it, because gluten is worse. Is too strong. It counteracts all the positive aspects of the grains. Okay, so how can you tell if you have gluten problems? Remember, gluten is in beer and alcohol. Yes, you have that muffin top. Okay, ooh, all right. You get fibroids, endometriosis. Okay, stop eating gluten, cleanse out your body, and all that will go out. Okay, very important. Certain archangels that we could call into our life. Remember the Sabian Symbol, 2 guardian angels, okay, protecting us. And so the different archangels representing these chakra in the Virgo is archangels Uriel, Gabriel, Metatron, or Metatron, Raphael. Okay, they can enhance the positive Virgo traits while meditating. Add a Virgo chakra yoga workout to all this, and you will feel all open, cleansed, and balanced with mountain pose, fierce posture, forward bends, deepening the stretch, warrior pose. Okay, side stretch, tailor pose, cow face. Okay, downward facing dog, boat. Okay, Uddiyana Bandhana, first and second twist, open balance, lion pose, shoulder stand, plow, camel pose, and upward facing dog. All right, do these. Remember, you're going to hold it. You go and hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're doing the Merkaba breathing while you're doing these yoga poses, okay? Hold it for 10. And whatever you do on one side, you need to do on the other. So if you're doing, your warrior pose, you need to do it on the other side. If not, you're going to be lopsided, okay? So now we could talk about the planetary aspects. Woohoo! I know. Did you get your water? Oh, that was me, huh? All right. So our planetary aspects. We have conjunctions, we have squares, we have quincunx, also known as inconjunctions, oppositions, and a yard. Oh my! Let us start simply. As usual, I have already mentioned about the moon conjunct sun and how those aspects, okay, in the beginning of this video. And also for those of you who want the challenge or mentally stimulatedly depraved and would like a little bit more and know more about astrology, here we go. Mars conjunct Saturn, okay? So we have efforts to move ahead are being thwarted, okay? Limitations, restrictions towards any direction. Yet it's not telling us not to go. It's saying pay attention, persevere, be disciplined, create a plan, and be stable, because it's in Scorpio. It's going to give us a transformation, transcendence, okay? And we'll be the phoenix at the end. So go ahead, don't give up, but you have to work on it. We got to work on ourselves on a constant basis, okay? Pluto opposite Juno. Okay, psychological issues. Oh my goodness, talking about psychological issues. All right, Pluto brings all that stuff from deep down inside. And Juno is what people, especially females, they look into the, what they need in a partner, as opposed to being that partner within themselves. So these Juno will give us an aspect of what it is that we need to do, okay? To be our own other half, okay? In Spanish we have, ay, tú eres mi media naranja. That's really sad. We need to be our own. Why? We're putting so much pressure. Again, there's not just one person out there for us, for everything. It's a really a negative and a concept of lacking, insufficiency, not having enough. There's so much that we get to enjoy. Remember that. Don't limit yourself. Okay. This is also knowing that we need to go out there and try to overcome that need of human constantly love, the need of it. We should instead be in the moment with it and enjoy it, but not be in the need and starved and I can't be alone. Okay, oh my goodness, those are such, traits, of the Pluto opposite Juno, of trying to get it together, all right? This is where your Libras are having a lot of difficulty, okay? Those Leos who need that constant admiration, or those Aquarius who have to delve in and help other people because they're not participating in themselves, all right? But then on the other hand, you have all those the Aries who use the other energy of other people and feed off of it to combat and see, am I worthy? The Scorpios do that too. Okay, and so emotionally, you got the Pisces and Cancer's working on that. So they're constantly, all the signs, Gemini, they need to constantly see what's going on and exchange, but they don't really want to go down too deep. But they cannot exchange the idea with themselves. They're not that analytical person. Okay, they can only do the super, scratch the surface, whereas a Virgo needs to be able to give, all right? It's kind of like the combination also Cancer. And Taurus needs to be able to be spoiled. They want, and they're good in receiving. Learn, if you don't know how to receive love and sensuality, not sexuality, sensuality, hang out with the Taurus, okay? They'll teach you how, all right? But then we got the Capricorns, and we got, certain Sagittarius and Scorpios, and also too the Pisces, and Aquarius that can handle being constantly alone, all right, or need that long time loneliness. So remember, how are you exchanging that? And is it because you are in need of that energetic, human energetic, you being an energy vampire, or are you just moving it back and forth, which is what we need to be doing, and making sure it's cleansed and not dirty and not negative? Okay, and that is the goal. Okay, Mercury opposite Chiron. Okay, Mercury opposite Chiron. Oh goodness, this is the holistic versus the Western pharmacy. Oh, going by those of you who are picky, Mercury being the Western pharmacy opposite Chiron. Now, holistic. Okay, questions is, what exactly is healthcare? Okay, and healing is coming into question. Okay, science versus knowing. So, okay, science and manipulating, all right, Mother Gaia, and convoluting it where it's gonna hurt us one way but help in another. Okay, yeah, now you don't have allergies, but you'll have a messed up kidney. There you go. Or no more migraines, but now you're always urinating. Now you don't have to urinate all the time, but no, you could get affected in your heart. Okay, excuse me, none of that should be out there. None of that at all. All right, so remember, eat correctly, participate, be active in your life, be balanced, and that is more, and that's all about Chiron there. Okay, being disciplined. Venus conjunct Black Moon Lilith. Whoa, this is so fun. Conjunct, they're right next to each other. So what does that mean? It's the creativity is, remember we talked about this is a very impregnated, very filled, very full new moon, okay? So it's flowing the grays, yeah, gloss and details, adding depth and deep passion, okay? And lust, desire, okay, in decadent times. Be aware in any love relationship, be it family or romantic, of rape, because rape is actually deep passion, desires of intensity that just need to explode, okay? And unfortunately, those individuals, those poor souls, have not learned how to release that built up energy to use in a positive way, okay? Also too is be careful of intense physical desires that you are not requesting. We are very aware. You know, I mean, come on, people. We wear certain things for certain time. We are so aware of what can happen, okay? If you're going out and you're not wearing intimate apparel, and then you wonder why you got raped after having 2 glasses of alcohol, hello, you asked for it. It's not rape. You had an open invitation, literally, okay? People, think about it, all right? So if you do not and you just want to look good for yourself, then look good for yourself and feel sexy for yourself. You know, make sure you are not brushing yourself up against other people. Be within your own, you know. Don't drink then, you know, could be in your right mind. Okay, because anytime we give up all that, we are saying, I don't want to have control, but then I'm going to blame you, okay, for me not being disciplined, for me not being responsible adult. I think any kind of rape within alcohol, if there is proof of more than 0.1% alcohol in your system, cannot be considered rape. Because why? Just like drunk driving, we need to take responsibility for ourselves and be disciplined. I'm sorry, I know that is what's going on, okay? Know your limits and boundaries due to the lack of attention you desire, because sometimes people do things, they're like, oh, you know what, I haven't gotten a good, you know, this and that, I'm going to do this because I need some attention, and they'll create drama trauma, and that is not good. Okay, now we got Palace Trine Vertex. This is a karmic essence when bringing our mental and logical understanding towards our needs and relationships, choosing a higher love with collective consciousness, okay? Very faded, very encouraging, okay? Oh, something's going on with my thing here, okay, my notes. Let's continue. We got Venus, okay, and we have the Black Moon Lilith in conjunct, or also known as quintex. Oh, there went my notes. With, maybe I can find it here. Okay, I used to write it down, but then I have it on the other screen and it just kind of blacked out on me. So I had a feeling that was going to happen. My backup here. Okay, quintex Chiron. I know I don't memorize it. Sorry. By having that, here's a need again to adjust and transform our belief systems, okay, towards healing through outside love, meaning love outside ourselves or the universe will not be forthcoming. It will not really be as healing, okay, yet change is on the forefront and demanding, always bringing soul transformation, coming from our inner struggle. All right. I wish I had a techie person here working on the other computer that just blew off. Okay. So, the universe not be forthcoming, yet change is on the forefront, coming from our inner struggle to balance 2 completely different aspects. There is, you know, when we are not receiving love, or when we do not get what we want, that's on our personal agenda. A lot of times, you know, there's frustration. If you're getting frustration, no, you're not very balanced. Your chakras are not very balanced. Instead of getting frustrated, you have to say, okay, what is the lesson in this? The moment you feel frustrated, now you have to go, okay, what is the lesson? Am I breathing? Am I staying balanced? Am I being flexible? Okay, Virgo is about flexibility. It is a mutable sign. You have to be flexible. Those people with a lot of cardinal or a lot of fixed sign in them, if they don't have any mutable signs, they find it more difficult, okay, to go with the flow, especially if they're, you know, what can I say, is like fire signs in that. Okay, so always remember that we need our greater psyche and soul depth is needed, okay? And coming to terms with what is love, you know? Because someone has put it on TV, we see all different kinds of forms of love, but the number one love that needs to exist. Okay, oh great, my other computer decides it wants to do updates in the middle of this. Okay, do not turn off, oh wow, let me focus. I know, that was ADD, right? Okay, so We need to focus on what is really love. What is it that we're requiring, you know? And what is it that we're not giving ourselves and self-worth and acceptance, okay? How much do we trust? How much are we allowing to be vulnerable? And being vulnerable doesn't mean we just give up everything. Within the vulnerability, we are being very aware of our limits and boundaries and can say, no, you know, how safe we're saying, no, I'm going to stop at that point. And that is very necessary, okay? Because when we don't, and we're requiring love on a different basis and from different people, we are still putting it on a third dimension. We are on the fifth dimension. We have to accommodate. If not, you're just going to get all and frustrated. Might as well just, well, anyway, I'm not going to say it, but need to move ahead. You need to move ahead. So now we got Mars and Saturn. Okay, because Mars and Saturn are conjunct, remember? Now they're in conjunct Uranus, creating a yod with Mercury. Whoa! Lions, tigers, you know, witches, oh my. I don't think that's the way it went, but anyway, you got the idea, okay? And so there's a bit of restlessness in the air, a need for something different, but with much restraint and discipline is being required by Saturn. And understanding to the details, making inner changes as opposed to demanding others to change because of us. You need to do that. You need, no, they don't. We need, no, we. I need to deal with it. If it's a problem, if I have a problem with something, I need to deal with it. Okay? If it makes me scared, I need to deal. Why does that make me scared? How does that make me feel unprotected? How does that make me feel that I won't survive? It's me. You made me angry. No, no one makes you angry. You allowed to get frustrated because your personal agenda was affected. And you didn't like that. And you have to realize that. And say, why is it so important that that one style works and not be flexible and compromise? All those things have to take into account, okay? When someone says, I'm sorry I made you sad, they should not be sorry. They did not make us sad. We made ourselves sad by our perspectives, by our belief systems, because it feared, we got scared from what they were saying. It jotted our whole being. Perhaps abandonment of not being loved. That means we ourselves are not giving ourselves love. That means we are actually thinking that we don't deserve love and our self-love, and that we are not self-worthy of love. Okay, so remember, all that you make me really says how unbalanced, undisciplined, and how convoluted our belief systems and perspectives are. And I say we, you notice I did include myself in that, okay? Because no one's perfect, all right? We have to remember that. So now let's continue on here. Okay. A good thing to remember too is to create the positive aspects of feminine essence, all right? Not that screaming witch side, you know, and that manipulating side. It says, oh, I'm going to get my way. I'm going to cause trauma, drama. All that is bad, 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 bad. Shame. Put it back in Pandora box, okay? I know it's a female name, huh? No, the positive femininity side is of giving, of nurturing, of being compassionate, understanding, all right, guiding, all right, and not being upset if it doesn't happen, okay, and knowing that we are full within our own grail, okay, being one energies to main this intent that we are creating this intense energies and re-exchanging with the universe to maintain this level. Some people say, oh, I gotta go hang out with so-and-so, or the energetic vampires, because they are feeling low. They don't know how to create it or you know, maintain that energy. Okay, they don't know how to live. They're trying to survive. And that is a very Neanderthal, okay, way of thinking. Remember, we've crossed over from that Neanderthal way of thinking a long time ago. Okay, yet a lot of people are still in survival mode. You hear them say, you say, how you doing? They're like, oh, I'm surviving. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Why? Are there dinosaurs out there? Are there cars constantly running up to you? Maybe you're walking in a bad path. Are there people constantly shooting at you? Are people constantly beating you up? Are you do not have any food whatsoever around you? Are you just lack of water? I mean, goodness, there's water fountains even at the park. And you're looking at them going, why is it constantly cold rain and you have no shelter? So you're going, why? What is this? I'm surviving. Okay? They're not in the moment. They're not being appreciative of what they have. Okay. And yet they're saying, well, I got so many kids. Well, who told you not to wear a condom? Who told you to not be on the pill? Who told you to not, recognize your cycle and follow it, ladies? Who told you to open up your legs? Who told you to stick it in someone? Teach your children this so they don't have to survive like you, but they get to live and enjoy. All right? Do them that favor. Be their guide. Be a true. Use the Virgo essence. Venus square Mars and Saturn. Here we go. Finances and love can be limited. All right. Asking that one shows discipline and endurance, which means actually Venus, conjunct Black Moon Lilith is also square Mars and Saturn. So, wow, that's a, okay, it's kind of going like this. All right, so you have to be endurant. Okay, that's one shows discipline and endurance, showing loyalty to yourself. Know yourself. You cannot love anybody else. You cannot expect anybody to love you if you do not love yourself. Do you know how you need to be loved? Do you know how you love? If not, contact me. Or take a look at your chart, okay? Do you know what your lusts are? Okay? Do you know what your romanticism are? Do you know what you need? Okay? And are you providing and guiding and telling people? I mean, how many times I get women, they're always saying, well, he just doesn't do this and that. And I go, at what point did you give him right, sit him down and say, this is what I need? So many people laugh at these TV shows. They make fun of the human nature of men and women or any kind of, essence in relationships, either be it two men, two women, man and woman, children and parents. But people are laughing at it, going, that's so too, da, da, da. Yeah, and they still don't do anything to discipline or do something different. Yeah, I'm not, that's so stupid it is, but I'm going to continue doing it. And then I'm going to get mad at other people for pointing it out in my life, but I'll laugh at it with comedians and TV. Really? Do you not realize what's going on there? Okay. I mean, you're telling so much. So understand that. Now you got the sun and moon because they're conjunct. In conjunct quintex Neptune. Okay, romantic time, psychic sensitivity. We're going to get a lot of stuff going on. Remember, massage your pineal gland. Okay, right here. And I did that right there. We got a pressure point. Not because some people, you scorpions, put it away. Okay, we got pressure point here. And so we massage it with the tip of our tongue. Okay, and our pineal gland here. So, okay, so be careful because during this time of psychic impressions and with Neptune, we can, this can cause delusions of grandeur, imposing traits onto others and not seeing them for who they really are. Okay, also creating inaccurate self-analysis, hence deception. Okay, we think we're a certain way when we're not because we're causing them drama for mere acknowledgement and with others, and we need to understand that and know that always being in one side, if you're constantly in the past, if you're constantly just focused here, you're not balanced. And what does it have? What was the purpose? And what are you gaining? What is living in the moment then if you're constantly in the past? Okay, so now we got how is this affecting you personally? Remember, since this is 2 degrees, so if you have a personal planet that is if you have a personal planet within 5 degrees of an earth sign, of a mutable sign, earth sign being Venus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or a mutable sign, which is Gemini, I was going to say Venus, Virgo, or a Sagittarius or Pisces, okay, realize that this is going to affect you more. If you have a personal planet, okay, or asteroid, luminary, that is within 5 degrees of any of 3 degrees. So that's going to be also meaning we're going to go from 8 degrees. Yes, I'm doing the math in my head, okay. And then we're going to go all the way to 28 degrees Leo. So 28 degrees to 8 degrees Virgo. So if you have any, okay, things of that sort there, no, it's going to affect you. So right away, know that, Aries, where is this going? This is affecting your 6th house of everyday life, okay? So this is your routine. You need to take on a new routine, take on new health aspects, take on new eating, start taking walks, being part. Feel the ground. Take off those shoes. Be with nature, right? Start being more disciplined on how you're taking care of yourself, all right? If you're on medication, start cleansing your body, okay? Know also you're going to probably participate more with aunts and uncles, okay? And with your neighbors. Pets are also on the forefront and working with those peers or co-workers. Okay, now we got Taurus. This is going to be on your 5th house. Okay, so Taurus, this is a romantic time, entertaining time, fun-loving time. Romantic really means fun-loving, doesn't it? Okay, oh, this was so romantic and fun. Okay, it's fun-loving time with admiration. Okay, that's why romance is so great in the beginning, because it's all new, all right? But this is where we go to plays, go dancing, see entertainment, movies, be with children, fun-loving time. Oh my goodness, children laughing, ha, participate, go swimming. If you're going like, oh no, that's just for kids, we can't do that, you got issues. That is so wrong. If at all you give those faces, you got issues. Okay, so don't do that, Taurus. Enjoy, be thrilled, move. You need to move like the children, because a lot of you want to be like the bull and just stay and not move and just be within the pillows and say, feed me, with those men and women doing the feathers over you, and you're like, oh. Okay, you need to participate. You need to get the ball going. You need to make it all happen. All right. Okay, so now we got whoops, that was Taurus. So now we got Gemini. And this is happening in your 4th house. Gemini. So you might have changes going on at home, or changes within who you are, your perspectives, belief systems. How are you doing these things? Be careful you're not gaining weight. Be more active, all right? There's more things going on in your home front. You need to be more flexible and enjoy yourself. Make sure all this, your digestive system is working. Be careful if you're getting panic attacks, Gemini. You guys are known for that. You're nervous, if you're just fainting, that means you're not really breathing deeply. You're doing more like that, and If you take deeper breaths and you stay balanced, all that will be eliminated and you'll be fine. And that's very important. Some Merkaba breathing is necessary there, Gemini. Focus too on your mother. Participate more with her. Guide her. Maybe you worry about her, which is very kind and wonderful. But remember, every adult is supposed to be responsible for themselves. And I know you're thankful. You can show your gratitude and appreciation, which is fine. But you're not in charge of them. Okay, let's continue. We got Cancer. All right, this is happening in your third house. Third house of neighborhood. Take a walk. Go. Walk, okay? Instead of run for it, just walk, Cancer, walk. And we're not walking for Cancer, okay? We're talking about the crab. Some people's like, oh, I don't want to be called a Cancer because of this and that. Get over it. What are you talking about? It existed. Know how to separate it. We eat a pear and we wear pear pants, okay? I'm not wearing the pear. If we can, stop. Just stop. Because a lot of Cancers do complain. I've seen it on different sites. I've heard it with me. And I am a cusp baby of Cancer Leo. And you know what? You're giving the rest of us a bad name. Yes, that's the Leo in me now. Okay, snap out of it. Okay, but my mother is a Cancer and I feel like, why are you taking on so much responsibility if she died? Get over it. Stop. Just stop. Separate it. Stabilize yourself, balance. Let me come to me. Let's do a healing on you, okay? Because this is not good. All right, so we're Cancers, Cancerians. You want to say it, that's fine. But we're good. We're positive, okay? I mean, look you don't hear Lou, Addison disease and Alzheimer's complaining. Oh, that's my name, and they call it a disease. So stop it. Okay, anyway, Cancers. Really, and this is important. I bring all that up because it's time to analyze, a time to think. What is going on? Why are you having some issues? Okay, and I say that, why are you having romantic issues? Because Saturn, now Mars is in your fifth house, so you're having those issues and you need to really change and think about what's going on. Okay, participate more with your neighbors, participate with your cousins. It's your cousins' time, with your siblings, and just see how things are going, and bring that into you and share. Teach, okay? Use your hands. Get your hands in the dirt and have fun. All right? Okay, now Leos, this is happening in your second house. Okay? Leo, this is happening in your second house, and that's in your finances. Okay, maybe you're taking on something new for your personal finances of getting money. All right, woohoo, yay, okay. So you're sharing your creativity, so that way you are gaining more prospects, and that is wonderful. Okay, this also means it's widening the way you see morality. You're not being so narrow-minded. You're realizing that the more you are stable, the more you know your limits and boundaries and are balanced within your chakras, the wider your perspectives and belief systems can be, and you don't feel threatened, you don't feel scared, okay, or put upon by others. And Leo's like that because that means your audience is wider and you get to shine more. So, that's how it all works to your benefit. And remember that, okay? So now, Virgos, this is happening in your first house. You are developing yourself, okay? You are really seeing your appearance is changing. Maybe you're doing something new with your hair, your eyes, glasses, the way you carry yourself. Perhaps, you are bringing in new people into your life, and they are going to be by your side, be part of you, okay? And that is wonderful and great. And so, the way you present yourself, all that is going through changes. You might not have known it, but you have been contemplating for the past month and seeing things. And also, too, in your progressive, remember, is really Saturn was in your progressive second house. okay? And so it's going in your second progressive house. So a lot of you have been really changing the moral issues of what's going on with you, okay? And widening those aspects and becoming more whole and not requiring so much others to fulfill it and staying more balanced. That's wonderful. Libra, 12th house. You're taking some time to to go within yourself, contemplate. It's okay. Retreat, meditate. Go be the hermit. You know, go be the wanderer. Okay, and not having to call to be called upon. You're constantly wanting to give, you're constantly wanting to share, but here you need some time alone to find balance. You know, you're constantly requiring balance, all right? Constantly seeing how you can make things harmonious, but you're denying who you are, and that is not good. You got to learn to compromise. You got to learn how to express and share who you truly authentically are, okay? To have that compromise, to find true balance without being so pushy like the Aries, okay? You could just slide it in there, you know? So, who do we have next? Scorpios. This is your 11th house, so you got new things going on in your friendships, okay? Your goals, teamwork, you know, maybe you're starting new teams. Your goals in life are changing, all right? Your friendships, you know, new people are coming into your life and you're developing that, and they're going to be a little bit more, you know, changeable, okay? And that might kind of frustrate you, but it actually works, okay? Because you're a Scorpio, you want to be able to be more the dominant, more the leader one here, and those those that are coming into your life would be like, oh, okay, that's cool, you know, I'll follow along, and that's going to be good for you, all right? So this time to renovate, adjust your goals, your themes, your purpose. Maybe what you had at one time was good, but now it's no longer, and you have no sense in it and have no need for it. Okay, so it's out, you know. You don't have to finish and think that you're a failure if you didn't finish it. If it's not of purpose anymore, okay. So now we're going to move on to Sagittarius. This is happening in your 10th house of career, of public display, very different of public image. That means how the public sees you. Are you on TV? Are you on, you know, newspaper? Are you receiving some kind of word? How you're being regarded in your career, how your career goals are going. How do authority figures within your career, okay, look upon you and see you, the authority figures, okay, your supervisors, all right? Also the male authority in your family, the masculine authority. And I say masculine authority because it used to be, we used to think right away it was the father, okay, or the man in our lives. But that's not necessarily so now. We have a lot of single parent families. And so it's going to be the one who produces more the masculine essence, okay? The one who does more the drive and pushing and this and that, not the nurturing one, not the compromising one, not the compassionate one. Okay, so spend some time. You're going to see changes within that person. And it's good too, because that way you get to see and balance that within yourself and see if that's a necessary aspect you should take on. Okay, let's see here. Where was I? Oh, we got Capricorn. Capricorn, this is in your 9th house of long distance, okay? Long distance travel. Woo! Take me with you. I love to travel. Got my bags packed always. Just tell me, hot weather, cold weather, okay? And I'm ready. I could take it. Okay, and I can minimize it to 2 bags too. And that's pretty good considering I'm a Leo cusp. All right, so anyway, Capricorns. And I translate too. You know, I know 5 languages. Anyway, so let's get back to details. Your philosophies are changing, perspectives, belief systems. You're opening up and encouraging and allowing new ideas, new cultural ideas, new perspectives, new reforms coming into your life, okay? And helping to develop you, which is going to be more balanced then. Okay, helping that flexibility. Perhaps you're going to You know, travel, perhaps you're going to take a culture class. If not, maybe you're traveling more, you know, that you're the chair traveler, you know, watching the Discovery Channel, travel. Okay. New people of different cultures are coming into your life. Maybe you're going to take a cooking class, learn another language, or you're learning about new philosophies, because this is long distance travel includes out there, like we say in Spanish, más allá, you know, the mysticism, belief systems. This is not religious time. This is the spiritual one connection of the whole conscious, collective consciousness with the world, with the universe, okay? And feeling and just imagine yourself a portal here, like you got a big, huge funnel right on your crown chakra and right here on your heart chakra. And just imagine all that energy just pouring in you. And don't get scared, because some of you Capricorns, what happens is you don't know what to do with this energy. So you're like, no, it's going to shake me up. And I don't know how to function with it. You don't know how to control it, how to dissipate that energy like fire people can. We're not scared, or air people. They're not scared of that energy because they can dissipate it. They know how to use it and maneuver it. It's the ones with the shadow side who are unbalanced who can't, okay? And so you constantly want just little steps at a time, you know, of energy splurting in. Just a continuous slow flow. You know, you can handle it when it gets too abundant because you don't know how to calm it down, all right? And so that is very interesting. This time you're going to learn, all right, Capricorn? All right, Aquarius, we have it in your 8th house. Okay, Virgo's in your 8th house. And this is time for transformation, transcendence. Okay? Okay, and sex, for those of you who are interested. I mean, you know, to learn more about it, you know, look into Tantra. Okay, look into giving, not just that vanilla, here we go, boom. No, but that exchange of positive energy, and then learning how to detach. But you know how to do that anyway, huh? Okay, you detach it, and that way you're not constantly connected and required, okay? And you say thank you, kind of like a tango. All right, when we have an intense dance, we say thank you at the end, and then we release it, okay? And that is what's important, okay? And so enjoy all that. Be careful, maybe you're starting a new loan, a new connection, energetic connection or contract with someone else, okay? And it's going to be one of financial, you know, so be aware that you're paying attention to everything going on there. All right, now we got Aquarius, we got Pisces. Woo, Pisces, this is happening in your 7th house of partnerships. Perhaps you're having a new partnership in your life, okay? Now this is a contractual one, not necessarily a romantic one, that is going to require that you fulfill certain duties and they fulfill certain duties. So make sure you are aware of that, and it's fulfilling your needs, okay? Make sure that it is not one of, I just thought, you know, a lot of people like might move in together because they're enjoying, they were all totally in the 8th house of sex, and the 5th house of romance, and next thing you know, they lose all that because they turned into a 7th house contract commitment. And now it's become a business. So make sure it is what you want. If you can maintain, know your limits and boundaries, be clear on that, because Pisces, sometimes you just go with it, which is great, it's wonderful, but then you wonder why you got hit over, okay? So, wonderful. Oh my goodness, this has been fun. Thank you, you guys. Big hug. Because you guys are great. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for letting me be part of your lives. Thank you. You do know that we also, I'm part of Quipo Hula here in Southern California, and we do Hawaiian hula dancing shows. We are a wonderful Hawaiian troupe that have ages from 4 all the way to mid-80s. And you can hire us as individuals, as group, okay, as only for different purposes, you know, different age groups, all right. And, you know, we're available. Contact me. You guys know that I could be found at at Sirena Nereida at celestialsoulwellness.com, or on Facebook on Sirena's Wellbeing. I know I've been wanting to. They don't let me change that. Or under, Sirena Nereida. Nereida Sirena on Facebook. Goodness. Guys could contact me too at, I still haven't changed, Sirena Celestial Soul Wellness at gmail.com. Okay, text me, call me, email me. I get it all. Skype me. Woo. Okay, message me. Make sure when you do all that, it is business sense. Okay, if you're calling just to hang out, know that I'm an adult. I get these cute, wonderful teenagers that call. They want to hang out and have questions. Do realize this is my life, my passion, and I share this time. This is my voluntary time. The rest too, just like your time and effort is paid for, so is mine. And I really, really appreciate any donations, any people wanting to give. That is great. And if you do want a personal astrology reading, contact me. I already mentioned everything, and you're going to see up on the screen. I write it up there, okay, when I get the chance. And know that I'm always, always thankful, and it's wonderful. Again, thank you. So this is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness. You're so much more than just your sun sign. You're the universe. Bye-bye.